CPM is the most frustrating metric you can deal with when you launch a new ecom brand. And if you go around and ask people how to fix it, they're going to tell you like the same 8 things. First of all, they're going to say, CPM doesn't even matter. I don't even look at it. That's true if your CPM is normal. That's why you don't look at it. However, if your CPM is mathematically impossible for you to profit off of, and that's extremely possible, like if you're dealing with $200 plus CPMs, it matters a lot. And understanding what CPM is and what actually moves it matters a lot too. And this is not going to be a video telling you just need to broaden your targeting or you just need to make more compliant ads. Those are basic things you've probably already tried. This is for people who literally can't get their CPM down no matter what and they don't know why. This video is going to blow your mind. I launched a new brand about 3 or 4 days ago and I got my CPM day one from $200 to $53 within 3 or 4 days, and it's not on accident. I've spent hours and hours and hours and hours over the past month really figuring out what CPM is and what actually drives it, what moves the auction. And I'm going to explain it to you in this video, and I'm going to show you how to lower your CPM by tomorrow. My understanding of what has worked for me, there are 2 main drivers that will dictate your CPM. Number 1 is ad relevancy. How clear is it to Facebook who you were trying to sell to? This has been in your face the whole time. Everybody says, you're creative as you're targeting, you're creative as you're targeting, you're creative as you're targeting. But when I was thinking all about CPM the other night, I was laying in bed thinking about ecom as one does, and it just popped in my head. You're creative as you're targeting. Yes, that matters for your customers, but also for Facebook. It's so important. So ad relevancy is number 1. A big trend going on right now is native ads. You're probably dealing with 200 plus CPMs with native ads. That's because when you run an ad like this is a really crappy native ad, obviously, but especially if you're a beginner, let's say you run an ad like this, and then you have some like emotional text attached to it, and you're creative as you're targeting, what does this tell Facebook? Absolutely nothing. Especially if your ad is super like indirect, you're targeting an unaware audience. Your CPM, Facebook's not gonna know who to give it to at all. And your pixel matters as well. If your pixel is brand new, you're gonna have a higher CPM just because Meta doesn't really know who you're trying to target yet. And that's okay, you deal with that. But when I say high CPM, I mean like $100, not 200 plus. Your ad relevancy probably sucks. So maybe dial back the native ads a little bit. And I talked about this in another video. Native ads are a big trend right now, and that's great. It's a great marketing style. But if you have a problem or solution or audience, why are you running native ads? Like seriously, I promise you, don't be allergic to just super direct, as the brand, call out your product ads. They're more moral, and I promise they work. It's like all that I do. So, ad relevancy. Stop uploading pictures of random things. Competition. And you think, well, Adam, I know this. CPM's an auction, I know this. I know a little bit of CPM ball. It's an auction, right? You're competing with people in your niche, right? Not always. So, competition is obvious. This is, by the way, is the number 1 driver of CPM. Everybody knows if you have a supplement brand or something, you are gonna have a high CPM because there's just a lot of supplement brands and it's a valuable audience, blah, 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 blah. Same thing with skincare. However, what if it's not just your competitors? Facebook doesn't see and take into account really your product. Your product doesn't matter. The people your product serve matters a lot. And other products and other businesses, even service-based businesses, can compete with the same people that you are trying to sell to. I'll give you an exact example that I didn't understand a couple months ago. So a couple months ago, I was selling, like in January, I can't copy and paste anything today. I was selling a dog toy, right? I was selling a dog toy. And my winning creative called out the specific toy style, make this smaller, called out the specific toy style, and that is it. It said, how to use toy. And this ad had a $20 CPM, and it was converting like crazy. And then what happened was I started getting really deep into direct response marketing. And I was like, okay, this creative, it doesn't do anything. There's no intensification of any kind of desire. There really is no desire attached to this. Even though this creative is doing very well, I can probably make it better. And on the same pixel, same ad account, just a new ad set in the campaign, I was like, I'm gonna have some crazy angle. So I made another ad, or I should say another batch of ads, around dental stuff. And I called out all the benefits that this toy gave the dog when it comes to dental health. And I was like, this is so smart. Now I'm hitting a pain point, and you guys are probably doing the same exact thing. This is why your CPM is high, I'm telling you right now. So you probably ran a crappy ad at some point, it got a stupid low CPM. And you're like, okay, nice. But you know what, I can make a better ad. Let me target some crazy angle, such a deep pain point, and you make this dental ad set. And then I uploaded this. And the next day, at $150 CPM on a seasoned pixel on an ad account that was converting consistently, a lot of conversions. And I was like, what in the world? Why? You know, I don't understand. There's no other competitors selling this toy hitting a dental angle. But it's not about the product. It's about the kind of people. The second I brought the word dental into my creatives, I started competing with veterinarian clinics. I started competing with every single dental chew on the market. And I talked a little bit to a friend and to Claude about it, and I said, what is this? And they both used the same word. Vertical competition. Competitive auctions you were entering without even realizing it. The second I called this out, I left the realm of competition for this toy and I started competing in dog dental health, which is insane. It's incredible. It's an incredibly competitive market, and this was just a baseline CPM. So vertical competition are the markets you are entering without being aware when you begin using words in your creatives. Your creative is your targeting, your words are your targeting. The second you say dental, that spikes your CPM. Not because it's non-compliant, but because you're entering a new vertical market. And that's what nobody on YouTube has told you yet. That's what I've experimented with. And when I stopped accidentally entering vertical markets, this happened. So that's why your CPM is high. Let me show you how to figure out which vertical markets you might be accidentally entering. To figure out if the creative you're about to upload is entering a new vertical market that will spike your CPM, you just have to do competitor research. It's just like the competitor research that you did when you started the brand, but it's a little bit different. And we can train Claude to do it using the trend track connection, which I use for all my competitor research, as you guys know. We could either scroll through here, use related keywords to our brand, and try to find competitors and try to stay away from some of the more saturated markets, or angles, I guess I could say, but that's the problem. I think it would genuinely be impossible for me to find vertical markets I need to not accidentally enter by myself, because you don't see them. You guys can see the logo. Trend Track. How can you use a software like Trend Track to find vertical markets to not accidentally enter them? Well, I've done this a lot. I just have the MCP of my Claude. If you guys don't know how to do that, click your profile, click settings, go to your connectors, and then Trend Track is right here. And you can add it. Just logging in. So what do we tell Claude? This is what we tell Claude. My face is so dark. Let me open something up. Hold on. Okay. This is what we tell Claude. Let's say I am selling. Let's make something up like, I'm selling fertilizer for plants. This is generally a very low CPM niche. I want my CPM to stay low. I want to avoid accidentally entering vertical markets when making creatives, i.e. cross-competing with other gardening brands or even worse, household brands. Please use Trend Track to locate and advise me of what keywords to stay away from when it comes to vertical markets that could raise my CPM. And because I have no idea where to look, because I have no idea what kind of vertical markets I could accidentally step into, Claude is going to do it using my Trend Track account. All right, and a couple minutes later, we have this. I dug into this with Trend Track, and the data confirms your instinct. Hard. Here's what's going on in the specific words to avoid. Fertilizer is not a plant word on Meta. The word, and its semantic neighbors, root, nourish, nutrients, grow, thrive, is dominated by much higher CPM verticals that use it metaphorically. Skincare, clean beauty, hair growth, supplements, wellness, personal development, finance, and commodities. You know, which might be a bit of a stretch, but Meta doesn't care. If you sell fertilizer for plants and you just use any word you really want to, you could be accidentally entering skincare auctions vertically. This is why your CPM is high. This changed the game for me when I realized this. When I pulled a legit houseplant care creative pack, Pi Skincare still bled in with the exact phrase pure plant nutrients. That's a token literally shared between your product category and a beauty auction that outbids you many times over. Right? Keywords to stay away from. And you can have it put this into a list, organize it into a document, but the only way to really find verticals that you would otherwise never see is to use a product research tool like Trend Track. This is not the typical way somebody would use Trend Track. This is a super cool way you can use it instead. If you want to use Trend Track, click one of the first links in the description. This was a bottleneck for me and a lot of my brands for the longest time, and what you just saw condensed into probably a less than 10-minute video is tens of hours, if not more, of research into what CPM actually is, and it explained thoroughly in a way that a kindergartner could understand. So go check out your creatives, go do what I just did product research wise or competitor research wise, and try to make a list of verticals you're accidentally entering, because I guarantee it's raising your CPM, and I guarantee you'll make more money. See ya.